number 6, Ken Carpin. And on the other D, number 15, Jared Lewis. That's center, number 17, Kevin Deviscavi. And number 16, Ross Richards.
The team is coached by Bill McKenzie and assisted by Bob.
The Eveleth Golden Bears is coached by Bill McKenzie, Bob Kachiver, and Bob Pizzelli. Now for the Hibbing Blue Jackets, the starting lineup. In the goals, number 30, Jim Monticelli, a junior goaltender.
At center, number 19, Steve Terrell.
At center, number 19, Steve Terrell.
At the wing, number 3, John Schwartz.
At center, number 3, Johnny Schwartz.
Number 14, Pat Malone.
And at wing, number 14, Captain Pat Meralt.
At defense, number 2, Tom Hansen.
On defense, number 2, Tom Hansen. And number 13, Captain Bo Nikoloff. That's your starting lineups for Hibbing Blue Jackets. And the rest of the team is now taking their positions on the line. Coaches for Hibbing are Bill Olson and Bill Teacher. Up and in there, Bobber. Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at Hibbing Memorial Arena, where the Hibbing Blue Jackets will be taking on the Eveleth Golden Bears. I'm Tom Fredrickson, and with me is Dina Catani.
Hi, Tom. Thanks for coming with me to the game tonight.
And we're just about ready for the start action here. Hibbing 1-0 on the season, beating Virginia last Tuesday night 5-0. Eveleth 1-0 on the season, also after beating Aurora Hoyt Lakes. As I said earlier, starting at center for Hibbing will be Steve Terrell. At his wings will be Pat Morrell and John Schwartz. At defense, Bo Nikoloff and Tom Hansen. And here we are for the start of the hockey game. Puck controlled by Eveleth. Dumped into the Hibbing zone. Back to get it, Bo Nikoloff. Tom Hansen in the corner, picking up. Out front to Steve Terrell, up to Pat Morrell. Morrell up to center. Getting checked, it in on net. We got an offside call in that play. Blue Jackets' first home game this year. They took third place in the state tournament last year, or the fine season. This year, as I said, are 1-0. Trying to regain championship of the IRC conference. Terrell off the faceoff, back to Hansen. Hansen give to Nikoloff, to Terrell. Terrell into the center. Picked up by Eveleth in their own zone. Upwards, Bo Nikoloff pinches up nicely on the nice save by Hansen. Eveleth coming back with David Winfeld. Winfeld into the corner. Nikoloff picks it up. Nikoloff around the net, stops. Tied up in the corner by Jeff Lewis. Out front for Eveleth. Nice. Mark Carpin now. Pat Morrell tries getting it out. Kept in by the Golden Bears. Jeffrey Lewis. Tied up in the corner by Nikoloff and Morrell. The face-off in jacket zone.
This program is produced by the Television Production 2 class in the Mass Communication Department at Hibbing Community College. Any unauthorized use or retransmission in whole or in part is prohibited without the written consent of Hibbing Community College.
Good job, Dean. Thanks a lot. Up the face-off. Monticelli with the save into the corner. Matson for Eveleth. Back to the point shot. Nice, another save by Monticelli. Kept in by Eveleth. Out front. Oh, close call there for Hibbing. Into the corner. Out front for Eveleth is number 9, Jarvala. Puck frozen up by Monticelli. Eveleth putting on a little pressure there, Dean. What's happening here?
That's 3 saves now for Monticelli and only 1 for the Eveleth goalie, Tom. It's going to be a close game tonight.
The Eveleth came off flying pretty good here, Dean.
Yes, they certainly did, Tom. John Ersbomber is doing a very good job tonight.
Yeah, with 1 save, I suppose he is. That's 100% average on the
Yes,
shots, Dean. Pretty good.
It certainly is, Tom.
Okay, on the ice now for
Oh, and fan on the shot.
Mark Gesner and John Hagen. Right along the board, Jerry Christoph sent in front, blocked by Hansen at front of the net. Eveleth back to Jeff Thomas. Nice. Oh, Harpo Hansen knocks it down in front. Eveleth, off both pipes. No, I don't think it was in. Off both pipes. Eveleth saying it was a goal. I was off both pipes, Dean.
Tom, it looked like it would have went in, but I think it bounced off both those pipes.
Both pipes?
You have experience on those pipe shots, don't you, Tom?
You know it, Dean. Thanks a lot.
Well, that really got Eveleth in the spirit. I think they're going to be hard to hold back now, Tom.
Well, number one line for Hibbing out again. Coach Olsen getting his team and trying to get them fired up here. They've been in their own zone the whole night. Eveleth's putting on a lot of pressure here. That shot went off both pipes. Monticelli freezing it in the crease. Lucky break there for the Jackets. Off the face-off, controlled by Meralt. Meralt behind his own net. Leaves it for Gossett. Gossett clears it to neutral zone. Dumped in by Eveleth. On the chase is Meralt, or Nikolov, excuse me. Nikolov and Sean Gossett. Gossett loses in the corner. Out to the point. Winfield blocked by Terrell. In the corner. Meralt picks it off the boards. A 3-on-1 for Hibbing. Terrell gets it over the line, takes a shot. Misses wide. Schwartz with the puck now. Schwartz ties it up along the boards. Picked up by Terrell in neutral zone, dumping it in. Back to get it is Brad Winfield for the Golden Bears. Hit behind the net by Meralt. Schwartz in the corner. Oh, misses his check. Sends it around the boards. Steve Terrell taking him on nice. Gossett with the puck in the left corner. Fighting and draws the face-off.
This program is being underwritten in part by Clausio's Oldsmobile, Merchants of the Minor State Bank, and Sullivan Candy.
Coming out for Hibbing is Richie Bryant centering. Beaver Girardi. And who's on that wing, Dean?
Brent? No.
Pete Wallers. There's Petey. On defense, Joe Gosted and Jerry Kristoff. Joe Gosted keeping it in. Keeps it in the corner. Checked out of play. Puck getting tied up on the boards. Out comes Eveleth.
Oh.
Kevin Deviscovi. Jared Lewis getting in the corner. Deviscovi fighting Gosted. Gosted over to Kristoff. Kristoff to Wallers. Unable to handle it. Cleared the neutral zone. Kristoff with the puck. Over to Girardi. Girardi clears it up. Picked up by Wallers. Wallers into the zone. Loses control. Sent down. Icing by the Golden Bears. They'll bring it back down to the Eveleth zone.
This program is being underwritten in part by Fraboni Sausage Company, Hyde Supply, and B&R Engineering Sales. Well, Tom, we have a real nice crowd out tonight. It's not a capacity crowd, but stands do look pretty full.
Yeah, they do, Dean. I do say so myself. Kasner on the face-off with Grillo and Hagen. Back to Hansen with a shot. Tipped in front.
Oh,
nice save by Erzbomber there off the tip in front. I don't know who got a piece of that, but there are a lot of Blue Jackets up there. Blue Jackets is starting to get a little action down in the other end now. Kasner on the face-off against Stuart Matson of Eveleth. Ref having a little trouble dropping the puck. It's kind of stuck to his hand or something, Dean. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They look like they're going to have to switch him around there, Tom.
Grillo went for the face-off for the Blue Jackets. Kasner in the corner, feeds it back to Grillo. Grillo tied up on the boards. Grillo and Kasner, everybody tied up. Face-off again.
Having a little hard time getting the action started here this evening, Tom. Yeah, first home game of the season. I'm sure they're all pretty nervous.
Hibbing zone. Hansen beating Kasner up. Too far for Hagen. Hagen, defenseman misplayed the puck. Hagen in the corner for the Big Stone Winfield. Kasner and Hagen in the corner. Kept in by Nikolov. Picked up by Eveleth. Cleared up to center. To Matson. Hansen with the puck. Loses control. Matson to Jarvela. Jarvela losing control. Hansen picks it up in the corner. Along the net to Nikolov. Nikolov fanning on the pass. Good forechecking here by the Golden Bears. Nikolov getting tied up in the corner.
No fast footwork back there, Tom.
Hagen getting tied up in the corner for a face-up. Not much offensive opportunities here for either team, although Eveleth has had more opportunities than Hibbing with that double piper.
Yes. This program is being underwritten in part by Manny Shopper, the Men's Shop, and Erickson Music Center of Hibbing.
Off the face-off. Whoa, dangerous pass in front of the net, missed by Trill.
Oh.
Cleared in front. Johnny Schwartz picks it up, going up the left boards here. Schwartz runs into the ref. Ref's got to get out of the way there. I don't know. Trill picks it up for Hibbing, circles, gives it off the boards to Schwartz. Schwartz up the left side, gets taken out. Oh.
Oh, do we have a penalty?
No, we got a call offside there. Maralt was in the head of the puck.
Okay.
Would have been a beauty, though.
Yeah.
Nice play by Schwartzy.
This program is being underwritten in part by First Federal Savings and Loan, Jasper Engineering, and Hardee's of Hibbing.
Off the face-off, Eveleth controls the puck, clearing it into Hibbing zone. After it's Devaskavi and Lewis. Lewis getting tied up by Terrell. Kristoff falling, losing the puck. Back to the point. Shot, oh, tipped in front. Wanted to say a little screen. Johnny Schwartz, the puck on the boards, getting checked out of play. Picked up by Eveleth, dumping it back in the zone. And Kristoff with the puck in the corner. Sends it around the boards to Maralt. Maralt to Terrell. A 2-on-2 here with the back checker. Johnny Schwartz came behind Terrell. Oh, left it for Schwartz. Now to Maralt. Maralt tries to get in front. No one home. Eveleth sends it behind the net. For checking Steve Terrell. Winfield with the puck, sends it up. Incomplete pass. Joel Gosted there picks it up. Oh, it's a 2-on-2. Here he comes. Had a poke check there by Harpo. 3-on-2. Here comes Girardi. Sends it out front. Maralt drops it for Hansen. Oh, unable to control it. Saw Matson. Matson to Jarvila. Jarvila getting checked out of play. Picked up by Joel Gotson. Clears to the sideboards. Here comes Richie Bryan sending it up to Pete Waller's unable to handle it there. Back in the corner. Thomas getting checked out of play. Bryan tries to stick it in the side and picked up by Matson. Matson coming up the boards, checked out of play nice by Joel Gosted. Offside called.
Well, Tom, it seems like the teams are breaking loose now. It seems to be a little more action out there.
Yeah, it's a little more free skating now. They're Hibbing, I'm sure, a little tight the first home game in front of a pretty big crowd here. Not near capacity, but I'm sure they make enough noise for...
Yeah, that high school cheering section seems to be bringing down the house this evening.
Kasner on the face-off. Back to Sean Gosted. Over to Nikolov. Nikolov clears to center. Back for the Golden Bears. McNulty up the boards. Kept in by Kasner. Losing control back to McNulty. Hagen feeding it to Bo Nikolov at the point. Nikolov with a dribbler into the front of the net. Kasner clears it to Grillo. Grillo in front. Hagen with the shot blocked in front. Puck kept in by Hagen in the corner. Hagen taken down. Kasner behind the net. Kasner with the puck. Knocked out of play, and up comes Thomas for the Golden Bears. Checked out of play by Sean Gosted. Bo Nikolov back behind the net. Bringing her up the boards. Clears to center. Cleared back in by the Golden Bears. Sean Gosted with the puck now. Give it to Mike Grillo. Grillo skates to the center of the ice, coming up from the offside. Terrell, Schwartz, and Maralt out there with Hansen and Kristoff on the points for the Jackets. Terrell wins the face-off. Harpo Hansen sends it in the corner. Maralt forechecking, leaves the puck there for Terrell. Unable to pick it up. Here come the Golden Bears with Lewis. Sends it up. Too long. Harpo Hansen sends it in. Too long for Schwartz. Tied up on the board. This Eveleth team playing a pretty smart game. Trying to tie up this Hibbing team early. Just keeping the puck in their zone.
Yeah, they know that this Hibbing team knows how to score, so they want to keep them tied up as loud as possible.
Off the face-off, Golden Bears control. Send it up to center, losing the puck. Kristoff can't control it. In the corner goes Kristoff and Lewis. Lewis gets puck. Morrell picks it up to Terrell. As Schwartz open, hits him with the pass. Johnny Schwartz coming across. Takes a shot. Oh, off the pipe. Schwartz off the side of the net with a nice quick shot. Hansen keeps it in. Schwartz back into the corner. Taking a man off the play, and then Morrell picks it up. Richards behind the net, checked by Morrell. Deviskovi with the puck looking for center. Fans on it. Morrell picks it up. Takes a bad angle shot. I don't know what he was thinking about there. Out to the point to Hansen. Hansen with a shot. Nice save by Erzbomber. Kristoff with a shot. Hibbing putting on a lot of pressure. Schwartz back to the point.
They're not giving this.
Oh, Morrell! Oh, Morrell! Getting taken out of the play. He had a wide open net with two guys on him. Missed the puck. Hibbing putting on a lot of pressure. Finally coming out of their little shell there, Dean.
Yes. Tom, they were shooting from every angle. It was great. They weren't giving that goalie a rest.
Nope, keeping Erzbomber
very busy.
Very, very busy. Thanks, Dean. Took the words right out of my mouth again. Out for the Jackets is Girardi, Bryant, and Wallers. Out face off. Hibbing still forechecking hard. Girardi picking him up. Gosted pinching in. Kept in the zone. Golden Bears having a hard time getting out. Behind the net is McNulty. McNulty up the boards. Joel Gosted sends it in. Girardi after it. Oh, takes a poke at him. Didn't get a penalty. Here come the Golden Bears. Trying to get it into the zone. Getting it into the zone. There they are. The Blue Jackets clear to center. It's be offside, delayed offside against Golden Bears. Cleared it out. Waller's unable to pick that pass up. Gosta taking his man out beautifully. Shot on net by Thomas. Saved by Monticelli. Cleared the boards. A dribbler shot. Monticelli decides to cover up. 5:30 left in his first period. Scores 0-0. Pretty much back and forth action here. Not many opportunities. Both teams having one good chance. Eveleth hitting both pipes and Morrell missing an open net in front.
Yes, the action has been very even out here, Tom. We have Monticelli with 5 saves and Erzbomber with 4.
Thanks, Dean. Kasner is lying out there. Kristoff over to Grillo. Misplayed, kept in by the Golden Bears. Grillo checks out a play. Gosta trying to get out, kept in. Oh, it's out of. Here comes Kasner to center. Kasner dumps it into the zone. Grillo to chase. Oh, puck comes off the board. Sent out in front. Nobody home by Hagen.
Oh, nice check.
Hit, nice check by Jerry Kristoff. Knocked that man to his back. Here goes Grillo. Feeds it up to Kasner. Kasner taking out the play. Grillo with the puck back in his zone. Grillo carrying out the sides.
Boy.
I don't know. Looked like he got a little trip action there.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Now we're having a little extracurricular out
there. Goes Sean Gossett up the left side. Leaves it for Hagen, who misses it. Kasner taking a shot blocked in front. Hagen taken out of the play into the corner and goes dumping it down as Radkala. Right on net, Monticelli with another save. That was probably one of his easier ones of the night. Gosted with the puck. Feeds it to Trail, back to Gosted. Gosted dumps it in the corner. That's Sean Gosted, number 11's brother, Joel. Number 4. Steve Terrell trying to pick it up. Picked up by Johnny Schwartz. Schwartz carried it in the corner. Dumps it in. Went out of play.
Tom, the game seems to be getting a little rougher out there, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, nerves are settling and they're starting to play a little body more. Tempers are starting to fly. Hibbing, feeling that they're a better team, I think, is taken by surprise by Eveleth, holding them to 0-0 here in the first period.
I think they're getting a little frustrated out there that they can't quite score.
Off the face-off. Picked up by Eveleth. To chase is Bo Nikoloff. Nickloff to Morrell. Morrell gets it in. Back to chase is Thomas and McNulty. McNulty to Thomas. Thomas coming up. Sends it up to Carpin. Carpin to Divskovy. Offside. A lot of delay in action here. These teams they're not controlling the puck as good as they should here, I don't think.
Yeah, it's kind of choppy play. It's not as smooth as I've seen them play in the past.
Yeah, but then again, I should be the one talking, you know.
That's true, Tom.
Off the face-off. Hansen poke checks it away. In front of the net, Hansen picks up a weak shot in front. Sends it around behind. Schwartz in the corner. Controlling the puck for the Jackets. Tying it up along the boards. Set in front. Up to Nickloff. 3-on-2, Nickloff, Morrell. Nickloff in the corner. Morrell picks it up, sends it back to the point. Terrell, shot, nice save by Erzbomber. Schwartz in the corner after tying up the puck. Thomas with the puck for the Golden Bears. Forecheck by Morrell. Sending it out. Oh, one-on-one here. Holding it up. Nice play in front. Oh, nice save by Monticelli.
That was a nice play, Tom. Nice play.
Kevin Devascovy taking that puck down one-on-one with Bo Nickloff. Nickloff just working him to a bad angle, didn't pressure him at all. Monticelli coming up with a nice save there for the Jackets. 2:49 left in this first period action, 0-0 score. Oh boy, it's a tough game tonight.
Yes, it is, Tom. Getting a little nerve-wracking up here.
Oh, Gosted sends it back to his brother. Well, the old brother team on defense now. Joel Gosted. And Thomas picks it up, and here comes Girardi up the left side. To Wallers, unable to handle the puck. Sent up the boards. One-on-one here. Joel Gosted keeps it. Oh, offside. That was a pretty dumb play by Matson there. He knew it was over the line.
All right, Tom. That's your opinion. Maybe he didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Well, Tom, Monticelli has 7 saves for the period, and Erzbomber only has 5, so it's a pretty even game up to now.
I think the Golden Bears are surprising this Jacket team here.
Yes, they are.
Well, Kristoff to Hansen. Back to Kristoff. Banks it off the boards to Bryant. Checked out a play. Here comes the Golden Bears. Kevin Hogue. Poke checked. Waller's coming down. 1-on-2. Works himself to the side. Winds up for a shot. Oh, a nice shot by Pete Wallers. Little action in front of the net. Jackets doing what they've been told to all their life, to crash on that net. Nice shot by Wallers. Nice save by Erzbomber.
Yep. This program is being produced by the Television Production 2 class in the Mass Communications Department at Hibbing Community College. Any unauthorized use or retransmission in whole or in part is prohibited without the written consent of Hibbing Community College.
16. Hansen on the point. Shot blocked in front by Ropo. Cleared out to center. Unable to pick it up. Weissing's waved off. They think Harpo could have had that. Hansen in the corner to Kristoff. Kristoff sends it up to Wallers. Wallers sends it to Girardi, and now O'Brien has a puck. Working around the defenseman into the corners, Richie Bryant. Checked out a play. Thomas with the puck. Sent up, trying to break out as Eveleth. Waller sends it back to Kristoff. Kristoff feeds it up to Girardi, unable to handle it. Picked up by the Golden Bears. Golden Bears Thomas dumps it in. Too long. Icing against the Golden Bears.
Well, Tom, I wonder when they're going to break loose and start scoring.
I think once they start scoring, I think it could be a wide open game, but getting that first one's going to be tough. We got 2 tough goaltenders here.
Yes, we do.
Jimmy Monticelli playing a tough game in the nets. He got a shutout. His first game, his first high school start against Virginia, he shut him out. It's got to be a confidence builder for the team as well as Jimmy. Sean Gossett takes a shot net. Erzbomber with the same. Trying to net Petrie. Petrie in the corner. Trying to get it out of the zone is Eveleth. Up the boards, taking on a play. Nice play. Here comes Devascovy down the side. Sends it in front Tins into the corner, pads of Botnick. Bo Nikoloff. Nikoloff to Gosted. To Petrie. 1 minute to play in the first period. In front, Eveleth. Puck in front of the net. Cleared to the boards by Hibbing. Sean Gosted with the puck. Clears it up to Petrie. Unable to get the puck out of zone. In front of the net. Oh, Carpin. What happened there?
Oh, a little swinging of the stick after the play, Tom.
Yeah.
No, that can be dangerous.
Yeah, crowd booing them there. I don't know if they didn't think they liked that too much.
Well, Tom, looking at the player record, we have John Hagan with 2 goals and Steve Terrell also with 2 goals. I wonder if they're going to be doing any scoring tonight.
The Zersbomber's a tough nut to crack here. I don't know. They're going to have to do a lot of forechecking to get a goal on this dude.
Yes.
There goes Hagan up the board, dumped in, kept out by Kristoff. Grillo with the puck, Grillo controlling, unable to get it out. Hansen throws it out to center. Thomas with the puck, getting it in, delayed offside here. 22 seconds left, 0-0 action here.
Saves are all tied up at 7 apiece, Tom, for the goalies in this period. They haven't been doing a lot of shooting on the net.
No, I think defensemen on both teams have been keeping the players out from front of the net and working their players at a bad angle.
Yep.
Here comes Hagan up the boards to Kasner. Checked out a play. Thomas with the puck. 10 seconds left here to see if something can happen. Here he comes up the boards. Cranks his last shot wide. 2-1. All right, there's the end of the first period. With the score, Hibbing 0, Eveleth 0. We'll have a little, well, not much of a wrap-up here for the first period, Dean.
No, Tom, all we have is the saves, which are 7 apiece. And not much else. Oh, we have an official change in the saves. Oh, they have 9 apiece. I had only 7. I must have missed 2 in between there. Well, folks, the saves are 9 apiece for the first period.
We got the same amount of shots.
Yes, we did. It was a very even period.
Both teams playing a tough defensive battle here. I'm sure both teams are going to be offensive.
Have anything to say?
I don't know, a pretty clean game so far. No penalties, no goals, just a lot of shots. I don't know what the deal is. Oh, Dean, we're on camera. Hello, people.
Hi, folks.
Yeah, this is us. I'm Tom Fredrickson. This is Dina Katani, the HCCV sports team.
Yes? This is HCCV, Cable Channel 2, community television for the city of Hibbing.
Band clearing up the road here, Dean.
Yes, that Hibbing High School band sure has proved to be beneficial to this team, hasn't it, Harston?
My between period guest will be Dick Morton Nordval, the mayor of Hibbing and a broadcaster of Hibbing Sports. Dick, how long have you been in broadcasting, and when did you start here at Hibbing?
Well, I don't know. It's amazing all of a sudden when you start asking that question and you think back. I started broadcasting as a color man in 1965 football, and did my first hockey play-by-play in 1966. So it'd be the 1965 season. That makes it 19 years. It doesn't seem possible, but it is.
What kind of preparation do you have to do for hockey, other than you have to try and memorize the opposition numbers? I know, because I know it's tough trying to figure out who's who. They change so fast, don't they?
Well, we generally get to the arena before a broadcast. We're here at least an hour to an hour and a half before to enable us to get the starting lineups, to get the feel of the crowd, to get the excitement going and the adrenaline going. I use 2 rosters, simply have all of the teams on my own roster. And usually, if the game is an outstanding game, it'll take perhaps maybe two shifts of each one of them to have the names down. Of course, you've got your home team. You always know that. So you have one team to learn. It doesn't take very long at all. But, Jim, it's interesting. When I leave the arena, the roster's gone. It's here for the game, but it's gone as soon as I leave the game.
Of the sports that you do, which do you enjoy best doing?
I really enjoy hockey, and I don't know why. I suppose it's because of the action. There's always something going. Even in a dull game, you've got an awful lot of excitement. Hockey is something that really, I guess, is my first love. Basketball, my second, and I guess my least favorite is football.
Of the years you've been broadcasting, since hockey is your favorite, what's your favorite team you've seen, or what's the best team you figure Hibbing has had the years of broadcasting?
Well, I guess the most exciting team that I ever broadcasted was the 1973 Hibbing state tournament team. And I say that only because it was a team that just had it all together. They'd had their ups and downs during the season, and when it came time to put it together in the state tournament, they did the whole thing and did it right. Of course, 1973 was a great year for the WMFG broadcast team that year, because we had our favorite basketball team too, and that was the 1973 Chisholm Blue Streaks that won the hearts of all of Minnesota and came very close to defeating Anoka in the overall championship that year, but came home with the Class A championship. Those two teams stand out only because, I guess, they were just all such great kids.
Well, I want to thank you for being up here. We're running out of time now, so I hope Hibbing comes through and you can get back to the state championship again.
Well, we'd certainly like to do just that, and all of the teams are fun to cover.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome back for the start of the second period. 0-0 action. Second period. Terrell off the face-off, controlled by Eveleth. Richard sends it down into the corner. Mikloff behind the net to Schwartz, clears it up. Too far for Terrell. Knocked out of play, knocked out of the zone by Hansen. Hansen clearing it in to Eveleth's zone. Schwartz in the corner picks it up. Over to Merle. Merle checked off the play. Terrell sends it back in the corner. Eveleth trying to clear, not out. Schwartz taking his man in the boards hard. Mikloff sends it back into the corner. Picked up by Richard. Terrell sends it. Puck lost, out of play. Second period action here. 0-0 tie. Team should be starting to open up a little more. The second period.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's going to start this period, Tom. Crowds are getting a little anxious.
Yeah, crowd's looking for something to cheer about. 9 saves apiece for Monticelli and Erzbaumer here. Bryant out with Wallers and Girardi. Kristoff and Joel Gossett on defense. Wallers picks the puck up in front of the net. Checked out a play. Here comes Joel Gossett up the right side. Dumps it in the corner. Controlling the puck. Gossett tries to clear in front to Wallers. Picked up by Jarvala. Jarvala loses the puck. Gossett loses it. Here comes Eveleth back. Bryant picks up. Well, we're going to have our first penalty of the evening, Dean.
Well, Tom,
I don't know.
I guess it's on Hibbing. The crowd.
Yeah, it was on Hibbing. What? Crowd doesn't seem to think it was a good call.
No, they don't. They're booing.
Joel Gossett going to the box.
Well, Tom, that's his first period of the year.
He gets that penalty for hooking. I don't know. Eveleth goes on the power play. Killing the penalty.
Let's see how their penalty kill works.
Wallers, Bryant, and Sean Gossett. Eveleth clears in his zone. Gossett in the corner. Kept in by McNulty. McNulty with the puck for the Bears takes a shot off the side of the net. Cleared out of the zone by Nikoloff. Wallers checks his man in the corner, trying to play. Eveleth trying to get out of the zone. They have 3 of their own guys in the corner. Up with the puck is Matson. Matson to Karpin. Karpin up the side. Sends it in the corner. McNulty picks it up. Nikoloff missing the check. McNulty sends it across on the points. Matson. Matson in the corner. Unable to play those. Gossett. Gossett picks it man up again. Richie Bryant clears it down the ice.
The Blue Jackets seem to be holding off the Eveleth power play pretty well.
Another penalty here coming on the Blue Jackets.
The player from Eveleth hurt very badly, Tom.
Pete Wallers. Eveleth player down. He's hurt.
Yes, he is. Hate to see that happen in these games, Tom.
Yeah, well. It looks like Ross Richards, number 16.
Well, luckily we have the doctor from Eveleth here with us tonight.
Oh yeah, him and his famous hats.
Yes, he certainly does have nice hats. This program is being produced by the Television Production 2 class and the Mass Communications Department at Hibbing Community College. Any unauthorized use or retransmission in whole or in part is prohibited without written consent of Hibbing Community College. This program is being underwritten by Plazio's Oldsmobile, Merchants and Miners State Bank, Sullivan Candy, Proboni Sausage Company, Hyde Supply, B&R Engineering Sales, Manny Shopper, The Men's Shop, Erickson's Music Center, First Federal Savings and Loan Association, Jasper Engineering, and Hardee's in Hibbing. This is HCCV Cable Channel 2 Community Television for the City of Hibbing.
Well, we got a major penalty there, Dean, for charging on Pete Wallers.
Yeah.
Looks like
they're going to get the stretcher, Tom.
Yeah, this guy, I don't know.
That's really too bad.
You hate to see that stretcher going on the ice.
Yeah, it's so scary.
Well, we were just saying how there was no penalties, no action. Now we got 2 penalties on the Jackets.
All kinds of action.
You bet the Golden Bears are going to have a minute with a 5-on-3 advantage. They've been putting on a lot of pressure that first period, Dean. Let's see if the Jackets can hold them off here.
Yeah, I think this is when they might just break through, Tom. Hibbing's a little flustered by all this.
I see Coach Olson going over with his team in a little huddle, telling them to give a little pep talk going there.
Yeah.
Ross Richards is still...
He doesn't look like he's moving very quickly.
No, they're moving him very carefully.
Yeah.
This is really sad. I don't know.
Yes. For such a young kid, and if it's like a back injury or something, that could be the end of his whole hockey career. Must be sad for his fellow players, too.
Yeah, I'm sure they're a little... Pete Wallers is going to be a marked man the rest of the game.
Yes, he is, Tom.
Moving him very carefully.
Well, the ambulance is only 3 minutes away from here, so hopefully they can get him to the hospital very quickly.
Both teams are 1-0 on the season. Eveleth beating Aurora Hoyt Lakes and Hibbing beating Virginia. Jim Monticelli coming out for Johnny Hajduk, who had knee surgery, doing a very fine job.
Well, Tom, 12 minutes and 55 seconds left in this second period. Oh, now they're taking him off the ice. Oh, he looks like he's in pain, Tom.
They haven't really touched much of his equipment, so I'm sure they're...
This is the really serious part of a hockey game, Tom, when something like this happens.
Yeah, it takes pretty much of the fun out of the game.
Yes. Yeah, I certainly wouldn't want to be Pete Wallers right now. That has to work on your conscience also.
Yeah. Ross Richards taken downstairs on the stretcher. We'll hope he's being all right down there. I'm sure he's getting attended to very properly.
Big Jared just went down to see how he is, so I'm sure he'll give him all his help too.
Yep. Meanwhile, Hibbing with 2 men in the box. 1 minute left for Joel Gosted. 4 minutes just starting out for Pete Wallers off that major penalty he just received. Jackets out, going to try to kill that with Mark Kasner. Jerry Kristoff and Tom Hansen. Of course, Jim Monticelli in the net's going to help do his share too. Now's the time Eveleth can really show what they got. Out there for Eveleth to be Jared Lewis, Stuart Matson, Mark Carpin. Now we'll get the rest to you later.
Back to hockey action.
Lewis carries across. Back to Matson. Matson to McNulty. Shot wide. Oh, off the backboard.
Yeah, and they scored.
They picked up a nice goal there on an open net. I think that was Matson getting that goal.
Yeah, at 12:40 in the period, Tom.
That'll bring Joel Gossett out of the box, leaving Pete Wallers in there. Not much Jimmy Monticelli could do on that one.
Yep.
It was Stuart Matson getting that goal for Eveleth. Eveleth now takes a lead, 12:40 into the second period. Well, 12:40 left in the second period. Matson getting that goal from McNulty and Carpin, giving the Golden Bears a 1-0 lead here.
I'm sure they scored that one for their buddy who just got hurt.
McNulty back to Thomas. Back to McNulty. Sends it into the zone. Hansen picks it up, sends it down the ice, corner zone. 3:34 left on Wallers' major penalty. Thomas with the puck. 5-on-4 action here. Eveleth on the power play. Thomas carrying the center. Dumping into the zone. Sends it in front, Tom Hansen. Sends it down the ice. Back to chase is Matson. First bomber stopping it behind the net. Matson picks it up. Checked by Kasner. Thomas picks it up to Devascovy. Coming in, moves, puts on Hansen. Tries to get in front. Hansen picks it up. Puck knocked out of play by Stuart Matson of Eveleth. 11:56 remaining in the second period. 1-0. Eveleth Golden Bears ahead. They're on the power play now. 3:01 left. A lot of time to get another goal or to get something set up. Hibbing did a very fine job for the last minute though, killing that penalty in the 5-on-4. Off the face-off. Puck sent into Eveleth's zone. Moralt to chase. Ties up his man in the corner. There are 4 Golden Bears in the corner. Out comes the puck with Jarvela. Knocked down by Terrell. Moralt picks it up. Into Hibbing's zone. Back to get it is Lewis. Lewis to Winfield. Winfield to Jarvela. Jarvela picks it up again. Terrell rubbing him out. Moralt clears the zone down the ice. Winfield back for the Bears. Falls. Moralt in the corner sends it back to Gosted. Gosted shot on net, saved by us. There's Bomber. Up the zone. Moralt clears. Nikolov sends it down the ice. In the corner, around the boards. Hibbing doing a fine job killing this penalty. Moralt taken out of the play. Hand pass to Schwartz. Face off in Eveleth's zone. Just under 2 minutes left in Wallers' penalty here. Face off coming outside the blue line due to the hand pass from Moralt to Schwartz. Out there killing this penalty will be John Hagen, John Schwartz, Jerry Kristoff, and Tom Hansen for the Jackets. Kristoff over to Hansen. Hansen clears it down in the zone. Thomas has to clear it out in front of the net. Devascovy picks it up. Hagen in the corner. Hagen and Schwartz fighting the puck in the corner, doing a fine job killing this penalty. Here comes Devascovy up the boards.
Nice break.
McNulty. McNulty dumps in. Monticelli. 3 Golden Bears coming in. Decides to hold on to that puck. Still got 1:32 left in this penalty, Dean. Eveleth not able to really set much up on this 5-on-4.
No, they were breaking out pretty well there the last minutes. Maybe they can do something now.
Off the face-off. Controlled by Eveleth in the corner. Matson. Hansen takes him out of play. Ties up the puck.
Can't quite get control of that puck, Tom.
Eveleth having a little tough time with this 5-on-4 advantage, hitting strong and fast skaters here.
Perfect opportunity to capitalize.
They'll give themselves a 2-goal cushion.
Yes.
Off the face-off, it's Matson at the top of the circle trying to get to Devaskova behind the net. Hansen with the puck. Sends her down into the corner. 1:12 left in the penalty. Thomas back for the Golden Bears. Feeds it up to Karpin. Karpin with the puck. Matson sends it into the corner. Jerry Kristoff goes behind the net. Doesn't get the puck. Losing it now. Oh, a screen shot! Screen shot. Jimmy Monticelli couldn't see that. It was screen in front. Getting the goal is John Thomas for the...
Well, Tom, there it is.
There they go.
It's still 50 seconds left in that penalty.
50 seconds left on the major penalty. He does not get out of the box when it is a major penalty when they score. John Thomas getting that goal unassisted there. Jim Monticelli was screened. Still a 5-on-4 advantage here for... Oh, ref getting that one in the shins. Sending in the corner, Gosted picking it up. Clears the ice.
Hibbing seems a little flustered now.
Richie Bryant back to behind the net. Checked out of play. Grillo sends it in front. Bo Nikolov with the puck. Bo sends it down ice. In goes Richie Bryant. Making some moves in the corner. There's Grillo in front of the net. Sends it back to the point to Sean Gosted. Gosted shoots. Oh, and it's a goal! Tipped in front by Mike Grillo. Off the shot by Sean Gosted. Hibbing getting a shorthanded goal. 9:04 left in the second period. Mike Grillo parked in front of that net. Dean just couldn't be budged. Sean Gosted got that shot off nicely. Give them Hibbing fans something to cheer about.
And they're going wild, Tom. They always do.
Richie Bryant getting an assist on that goal also. There's Grillo from Gosted, Sean Gosted, and Bryant. Waller's out of the box now. 2-1 to score. Game has picked up considerably here in the second period. Both teams moving the puck much better. There's a long pass. Ooh, too far for Wallers. Wallers in the corner, sends it front. Schwartz couldn't hit it. Out to Hansen. Hansen a shot. Shot it. Goal! Oh, tipped in front. Johnny. I don't know who got that. I don't know if Schwartz got that or Wallers. The Jackets, 2-2 tie here in the second period. Jackets have just come back. I don't know who got that goal, Dean. I'm sure we'll find out in a second. Off the face-off.
Tom getting that goal was number 16, Pete Wallers, assisted by number 2, Tom Hansen.
Hansen from Wallers at 8:36 in the left in the second period. It's a 2-2 tie here.
Well, Tom, game sure is getting us saved. That's what we asked for, huh?
You bet, Dean. First period, a little lull. Almost put us to sleep.
Yeah.
Now teams a little fired up here. 4 quick goals here halfway through the second period.
Boy,
It's all tied up, and here comes the Golden Bears again. Clearing the center, losing control. Hagen clears the center. Hogue with the puck. Nikolov hand passing it up there. Whistle on the play.
only had one save apiece for the goalies this period. All the rest of them gone in.
Not much else they can do, Dean.
No.
Sean Gosted clearing it into the zone. Thomas back to pick it up. Over to McNulty. Too long. Picked up by Sean Gosted. Gosted picking it up. Gets it across to Hagen. Hagen tries to clear it in.
Bad shot.
Kasner in the corner with Thomas along the sideboards. A little line change here for the Jackets.
He's just going to have to concentrate a little more on putting their shots closer to the net.
Yep. Off the face-off, Jerry Kristoff with a shot just wide. Waller, Bryant in the corner now. Richie Bryant sends it back to Jerry Kristoff. Kristoff with a wrist shot, a floater. Oh, just floats by the pipe. Off the bounce. Cleared out. Here comes a 2-on-1. Matson with a shot. Oh, sends it wide. It's Jarvela out in front. No, they couldn't get it in. The puck just lighting the crease. Here comes Girardi down the left side with a shot. Oh, nice play. Nice play by McNulty, diving to stop that puck. A little up and down action here. We're moving pretty quick now, Dean.
It's just back and forth, Tom. It's great.
Waller sends it across to Girardi. Girardi with a nice save by Esbomber, excuse me. Oh, unable to hold in is Joe Gosted. Back is Kristoff. Kristoff gives it to Wallers at center. Wallers. Icing on the play. Nice spurt by that line there. Girardi getting 2 chances on that. Nice, he was blocked once nicely by McNulty. The other one, he just nice save by Erzbomber. Well, we got Hibbing's 4th line out there. Number 15, Tom Pascuzzi. Number 18, Pat Zabotnik. And number 17, excuse me, Jim Petrie. Nikolov taking a shot. Zabotnik. Oh, sends it by the post. In the corner, Pascuzzi getting checked out of play. Nikolov into the corner with the puck. Taken out of play. Brad Winfeld sends it down the ice. Back to Chase with Pascuzzi. Icing on the play. 6:19 left in the second period. 2-2 tie. A little more action this period.
Yeah, Tom, this period is flying by. Two very even teams this year, Tom.
Yeah, but I don't know if Hibbing's really showing all they got, though, Dean. They're still playing a little, I don't know if it's nerves or what, but they're doing a good job. All back to action. Here we go. Nikolov with a shot. Stopped in front, Zabotnik. Puck lying in front. Thomas picks it up for the Golden Bears. Pascuzzi misses the check, and up the boards. Here they come. Lewis. Petrie unable to hold on to that puck. And here comes Tom Hansen. Oh, defenseman fouls. Hansen with a shot. Oh, nice save. I thought that went through his legs. Nice save by Erzbomber. Tom Hansen coming up the boards nicely there for the Jackets.
That Eveleth defenseman tripped over the blue line there, Tom.
Yeah, I think that's the home ice advantage, Dean. Those blue lines are a lot nicer for the Hibbing players. Steve Terrell out there now with Meralt and Schwartz. Off the face-off. Schwartz getting tied up in front of the net. Meralt back to Kristoff. Kristoff sends it into the corner. Meralt behind the neck, check. Schwartz picks up the puck. Schwartz into the corner. Steve Terrell picks it up in neutral zone to Kristoff. Kristoff to Meralt. Had Schwartz ahead of him, didn't give it to him. Johnny Schwartz coming in. Nice shot on net. Schwartz gets his rebound. Back to Gosted. Gosted getting off his shot. Meralt, now Schwartz in the corner. Schwartz sending it to sideboards. Picked up by Eveleth. Jarvela come up the side. Gosted checking him out of the play. A stiff check. Can you hear him? A nice check there by Gosted, knocking Jarvla off his feet.
This program is being underwritten in part by Clausel's Automobile, Merchants of Minor State Bank, Sullivan Candy Company, and Perboni Sausage Company.
Five-on-five action here. 5:07 left in the second period. Tie game 2-2. Nikoloff sends it to center ice. Picked up by McNulty. Stop. Punched down by Hansen. Along the boards, it's Grillo. Grillo to Hagen. Knocked out the play by McNulty. McNulty coming in. Checked by Grillo. Grillo behind the boards to Hansen. Hansen back to Nikoloff. Nikoloff sends it to Hagen. Checked out a play kept in by the Golden Bears. Hansen behind the net. Sent to Kasner. Kasner to Grillo. Has Hagen. Hagen breaks up the side. Checked out a play by McNulty.
That was a nice setup there, Tom.
Puck lying in the corner. Hagen and Kasner in the corner. Grillo taking his man off the play. Sent to center by the Golden Bears. Nice play in by... Oh, and Nikoloff puts it off the pipe. Erzbaumer clears that shot in the corner. Nikoloff sends it in the corner to Hagen. Golden Bears feeling the pressure. Try to clear, but not out. Stopped in front by McNulty. Thomas in the corner. Loses control. Here comes Grillo into the slot with a wrist shot. Nice save by Erzbaumer. Oh, cleared into the corner. Thomas in front of the... Cleared out in front by Grillo. Finally clearing the zone. Nikoloff picking the puck up. Jackets putting on good pressure here. Nikoloff getting a line change. Here comes Bo to center. Knocked off. Back to get it is Wallers. Wallers dumps it in. After it is Paul Girardi on Thomas. Thomas gets the puck back. Sends it up.
You're not giving John Erzbaumer a chance, Tom.
No, this goalie, here he comes. Nice move by Joel Gosted. Has Wallers in front. Nice save. Oh, Brian couldn't put it in. No goal. Oh, they called it not in. Joel Gosted put it off the pipe. Erzbaumer with a nice save. Erzbaumer getting tested heavily.
He's proving to be very stable, though, Tom.
Oh, yes.
Very good goalie for Eveleth.
Nice pressure applied there by Wallers and Girardi and Joel Gosted.
Very nice setup. They really know how to move that puck around.
Game's starting to get a little faster paced here. Bryant off the faceoff, losing the puck in the corner. Sent around the boards, kept in by Gosted. Sends it in the corner. Bryant misses the puck. Behind the net goes Girardi. Girardi and Hogue. Over to Bryant. Girardi picks it up in the corner again. Sends it out front. Picked up by Karpin. Karpin up the side. Getting stick check. Deviscovi picks it up. Oh, Wallers tries to move on Hogue. Can't do it. Here comes Karpin up the left side. Getting checked, back check. Nice.
Around.
Taking on the players. Deviscovi in the corner. He's got guys in front. Cleared on front has Wallers. Wallers coming up the middle. Oh, there's going to be a penalty here on Eveleth. Eveleth drawing their first penalty of this evening. They'll be holding on Brad Winfeld of Eveleth. So we'll see this Jacket power play with 2:16 left in the second period.
This program is being underwritten in part by Hyde Supply, B&R Engineering Sales, Manny Shopper, The Men's Shop, Erickson Music Center, and First Federal Savings and Loan Association.
On the power play, it'll be Meralt, Schwartz, Hansen, Nikoloff, and Steve Terrell. Terrell sends it in the corner. Meralt and Schwartz chasing Thomas in the corner. Over Steve Terrell's stick. Back to get it is Nikoloff. Nikoloff off the board. Picked up by Schwartz. Nice play getting checked by Schwartz. Here comes Hansen to Meralt. Meralt on the left boards. Controlling the puck. Behind the net to Hansen. Has him in front. Back to Nikolov. Nikolov a shot. Nice save by Erzbomber.
It's just like a vacuum cleaner out there, Tom. He's picking them all up.
Jackets switching power plays. It'll be Mark Kasner, Mike Grillo, and John Hagen up front with Nikolov and Hansen on the point. They have 1:26 left in the power play, 1:42 left in the second period. 2-2 is the score. Erzbomber holding up well for the Golden Bears. Off the draw, Grillo gets it on the boards into the corner to Kasner. Kasner in the corner. Grillo, he's switching positions to Nikolov. Kasner on the boards. Give it to Nikolov. Nikolov over to Hansen. Hansen taking a shot. Oh, and a goal by Mike Grillo. Mike Grillo knocking it in from in the crease. I think the assists will go to Kasner and Hansen on that. That'll give the Jackets a 3-2 lead here in the second period. A lot of hard work went into that one.
You really worked well to get it okay, Tom.
Hibbing, number 4, Gosnell from number 6, Kasner from number 2, Hansen 4 from 6 from 2.
Kasner and Hansen on the assist. That's Joel Gosted that have with the ball.
Joe Gosted getting the assist. Oh, he's getting the goal?
Getting the goal.
I didn't even know he was on the ice.
Kasner and Hansen.
Kasner and Hansen. Back to Kristoff. Over to Sean Gosted with a shot and a goal!
Gosted brothers taking over the ice.
The Gosted's doing it all here. Joel and Sean. I think Grillo tipped that in front.
We'll wait for the official calling on that one.
Call. I think it was Grillo from Gosted. And who was on the point? I don't know. It'll be phoned out in a second here. 1:02 left here.
Yeah, Grillo got that one.
4-2. Jackets now coming forward with their power. Erzbomber just unable to handle the dominant pressure by the Jackets here.
Story for Hibbing was number 9, Grillo, from number 11, Gosnell, from number 12,
Here comes Johnny Schwartz up the left side as Terrell in the slot leaves it for him. Nice defensive play. Terrell shot a goal! Holy cow! Steve Terrell shoots a little dribbler in. Caught Erzbomber off guard. Erzbomber very peeved with his defense, man. Wondering how that shot even got off. Johnny Schwartz came down that left side, left it for Terrell in the slot. Terrell fought off the defenseman and shot her home.
Hibbing is just exploding, Tom, after they broke that tie.
Yep, I think that 2-0 lead Eveleth took really shook this Hibbing team. They're now coming back hard. Bryant out there with Wallers and Girardi. Wallers getting poked off the puck. And here comes Deviscovi for Eveleth. Eveleth's coming back now. Carpet losing the puck. There comes McNulty flipping it in. Monticelli with Sam Carpet in the corner.
That's Tom Hansen's third assist of the night.
No, Eveleth now putting on a little pressure. Jimmy Monticelli making some saves there. That last goal for the Jackets came from Steve Terrell, from Johnny Schwartz, and Tom Hansen. As Dina said, that's Hansen's third assist of the evening. And we have the fourth line on for Hibbing again. Pascuzzi, Zabodnik, and Petrie. With 20 seconds left here in the second period. Now there's 19. Little mishap on the face-off. Ref didn't like what is happening.
This program program is being underwritten in part by Manny Shopper, the Men's Shop, Erickson Music Center, and Jasper Engineering.
Off the face-off. McNulty controlling, sends it in the corner. Nikolov to pick it up. Nikolov to Gosted. Up to Petrie. In front of the net. Oh, nice save by Monticelli. A nice glove save at the buzzer of a shot by Devascovy in front of the net. Both teams applying a lot of pressure. Hibbing coming out ahead here, though.
The stops for the second period for Erzbomber. 13 saves for Erzbomber. And 5 for Monticelli. Well, Tom, we outshot him that period.
13-5.
13-5.
Jackets really taking command after going down 2-0 in this first period. Erzbomber doing a fine job, but unable to control the pressure applied by the Jackets.
Yes, Tom, it really did explode after they broke that tie.
Give us a rundown on the penalties, Dean.
Well, Tom, the penalties for that period, we had Richie Bryan with 2 and Jim Petrie with 2. For Eveleth, I don't have them right now, but we'll try to get them for you next period.
Okay, at the end of the second period, it's 5-2 Hibbing lead after being down 2-0. They came back with 5 goals. Very sharp-looking team. We'll be back with the third period in just a minute.
The third period should prove to be very exciting as Eveleth will try to recover from that 3-goal deficit.
This is Mr. Herb Sellers, former Chisholm High School hockey coach. And Herb, earlier we were talking about differences in hockey, and I understand you were on the first state high school team of Hibbing. Could you talk a little bit about that and the differences you've seen in the game of hockey since then?
Well, Jim, the hockey's changed drastically. I believe we had about 12 players, and the shifts were long. You probably ran out there for maybe 4 or 5 minutes at times. Some guys played almost the whole game, and that'd be unheard of today. So it's a much more specialized, highly skilled game. There were individuals that could play now, but I think that the kids today are really superior to the general overall player of the past.
Overall, then, you say, I suppose that's a lot with the coaching and with the new techniques of coaching and everything that must have made that the difference. But I think, didn't they have quite good players those days?
Definitely, like I said, there were a lot of real fine hockey players. I think like Johnny Mayasich could play in anybody's league at any time. There were a lot of real fine players here in Hibbing. We had George Jetty, Jack Petrosky, some of the players that were stars on our team, Donnie Vaya in the goals. And there were individuals that could play with anyone, but I think the specialization in hockey, we were always in 3 sports. A lot of kids today are playing just one sport, or hockey and football. So there's a lot more ice time, a lot more specialization, better equipment, and I think basically, though, the emphasis on the ice time has really made the difference.
You know, now in more schools going to hockey throughout Minnesota, and I think that with the college education preference, where the more college are watching players, I guess they stress such and such as schools must go after to try to get their people into school.
Yes, it has become a real important thing to some young people. I think that one of my former players is at UMD. We've had a number of players go to Division I. Mark Barron's the one I'm thinking of. Phil Falcone just graduated from Harvard last spring, a boy from Chisholm, an outstanding hockey athlete, a student athlete, I'd rather say, because he was a second in his class in high school. So I think that good academics and the good skills, good hockey players, good athletes in general, I think they have great opportunities today to further themselves as a successful citizen.
Are you out of hockey altogether now, or just a spectator, or are you in any kind of is coaching or anything like that?
I'm not doing any coaching. I just have a lot of interest. I'm still interested in a 2-class hockey in Minnesota. I've been singing that song for about 8 years, and we're still working on that. And I look forward to it coming in the next year or two, and I think it's a very necessary thing. I think you can see the difference in tonight's game between Eveleth and Hibbing. That's kind of the story of two class. Eveleth is not going to win this game. They are not strong enough. However, they performed very well, and they have some very fine skills, but they do not have the physical attributes to keep up with Hibbing.
Well, we've run out of time, Herb, and thank you for being up here.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back with the third period.
We play the Blackhawks on Saturday night. Don't forget, Steel Ball on Saturday night.
Welcome back to the third period. We have a change in the scoring. Dean, why don't you run it down for us?
For Hibbing's first goal, we had Mike Grillo scoring instead of Paul Girardi. And on Hibbing's third goal, we have Grillo also scoring. So that gives Mike Grillo a hat trick for this evening. That's only in the first two periods. We'll see what he can do in this third period.
Okay, Dean, thanks a lot. Back to action here. We got Schwartz in the corner now. Terrell taking him out to play. Johnny Schwartz takes him out. In the corners, Mark Hogue. Terrell picks it up to Hansen. Hansen clears it to Schwartz at center. Schwartz fans on the dumping in shot. Picked up by Winfield. Carpin carrying in offside. Oh, he gave him a two-hander there. Schwartz picks it up, gives it to Bo Nickloff. Nickloff coming in, skates to the center. Nice pass. Oh, nice pass to Terrell on the corner by Nickloff. Nice save by Erzbomber. Here they come up to play. Here comes Eveleth. Tries clearing it in. Devascovy. Hansen taking him off the puck. Here he comes into the slot. Knocked out the puck. Merle picks it up on the boards. Merle tries clearing, but not out. Nikoloff with the puck. Back to Hansen. Hansen too long for Wallers. Wallers chases as Eveleth dumps it back in. Tom Hansen chased by Jarvela for Eveleth. Girardi sends it too far. Here comes Eveleth. Matson down the left side. Nice save by Monticelli. Nikoloff clears it to the corner, picks it up. Comes up the boards. Sees the Girardi. In the corner, Matson coming out. Matson behind the net. Looking for someone to pass to. Tries to feed his defense. Kept in by Eveleth. Now Nikoloff clears it down the ice. Has to be saved by Erzbomber. Thomas with the puck. Thomas up to Struckle. Comes in offside as Matson.
This program is being underwritten in part by Clausio's Oldsmobile, Merchants and Miners State Bank, Hardee's in Hibbing, Sullivan Candy Company, Pavoni Sausage Company, Hyde Supply, B&R Engineering Sales, Manny Shopper, The Men's Shop, Erickson Music Center, First Federal Savings and Loan, and Jasper Engineering.
Kasner out there with Grillo and Hagen. And Joel Goss and Jerry Kristoff. Hagen on the boards. Gives it to Kasner. Kasner coming into the Eveleth zone. He tries to feed it to Grillo. Oh, just tipped by the corner. Here comes Eveleth. Clears the zone to Kristoff. Kristoff feeds for Grillo. Too far. Cleared out by Eveleth. Hibbing picks it up. Joel Goss did. Moves it up the boards, losing control. Eveleth picks it up, dumps it in Hibbing's zone. Knocked down by Kristoff. Kristoff feeds Grillo, unable to handle it. Back to neutral ice. Hagen knocks it down. Check, sends it into the corner. Back to get it. Winfield for Eveleth, into the corner. Grillo in the corner. With the puck, moved it up. In the feet. Here they come, Eveleth, 2-on-1. Nice play by Kristoff to get it into the corner. Checked his man into the board, picked up by Kasner. Kasner loses it in front. Too far, Thomas keeps it in at the point, sends it into the corner for Eveleth. Lewis behind the net, ties up Gosted. Up the boards, here comes McNulty with a shot. High shot saved by Jimmy Monticelli.
Well, Tom, a little trivia on Eveleth's goalie here. John Ersbommer came over from Mountain Iron to play for the Eveleth Golden Bears this year. Seems to be doing a very good job for the Eveleth team, keeping them right in the game.
Right in the game, Dean is right. 5-2 the score here. Shot by Eveleth over the net into the corner. Tom Hansen sends it around to Nikolov. Nikolov too far for Krell. Right on net though. Thomas picks it up, sends it behind. Oh, net's knocked off his post. Ersbommer looks like he's going to get it shaken up in that little action in front of the net. The stoppage in play. 11:19 left in the third period. 5-2, Hibbing leads.
Well, if Eveleth's going to do anything, Tom, they got to start right about now.
Yep, this Hibbing team's a tough defensive team, Dean, and they're going to have to get a quick start in this third period.
That's right. Can't be leaving it till the end.
That's right.
Never know when time's going to run out on you.
Back to the action. Schwartz sends it back to Nikolov. Nikolov to Moralt. Moralt sends it into the corner. Oh,
Ooh.
looked like there's offside. I don't know. Looked pretty good to me. Then again, I'm not the referee.
That's right, Tom.
Face off outside Eveleth's zone. Steve Trell gets it back to Nikolov. Nikolov tries to send it in. Intercepted by Thomas. Schwartz picks it up to Hansen. Schwartz sends it in. Hansen goes behind the net. On McNulty. Matson picks it up. Sends it to center. Too far for his teammate. Nikolov to Hansen. Hansen carrying it in. Dumps it into the corner. Morrell chasing. McNulty on him. Morrell gets it to Terrell. Terrell in the corner. McNulty picks it up. McNulty sends it. Schwartz tips it up to Nikolov. To Hansen. Back to Nikolov. Sends it into the corner. Lines changing for Hibbing. Morrell takes his man. Here comes Thomas. Making it too long of a pass. Icing's going to be called. Starting off a little slow this period, Dean, after that
Exciting period we had second period.
up and down action.
Jeez. This kind of reminds me of the first period. Had a little hard time getting started there, too. Guess we hit our climax in the second period.
Bryant out there with Girardi.
Well, they got the stretcher back. I hope that boy from Eveleth is all right.
Oh, yeah, I hope so, too, Dean. Here comes Eveleth back in his zone. Here comes Girardi up. He has Wallers with him, a 2-on-2. Gives it to Wallers. Wallers sends it across. Intercepted in front. Shot. Tipped wide by Wallers. Bryant into the corner, unable to get to the point. Here comes Hogue. Hogue coming up, knocked down by Wallers. Picked up with Girardi. Girardi slips and falls. Girardi picks it up in front. Can't keep the puck in the zone. Back to Joe Gostin. Girardi sends it ahead to Wallers. Back to Girardi. Girardi in the slot. Takes a wrist shot. Tipped out of play by Hogue in front of the net. Wallers and Bryant in the corner. Pete on the backhand. Didn't get much of a shot off. Nice save by Ersbommer in front. Waller's looking for someone to pass to, but no one seemed to be in position, so he decided to take his own shot.
Yeah, Tom, I think if he would have let go of that one a little sooner, he would have probably got a little better angle.
9:26 left in the third period. 5-2 is the score. Oh, we got a 2-minute penalty here, Dean.
Well, Tom.
Winfeld of Eveleth for interference.
Interference on Winfeld. The Jackets could be able to pretty much put this game put away here. They can score and give themselves a 4-goal cushion. On the power play, it'll be Moralt, Hansen, and Schwartz up front with Terrell and Nikolov behind on the points. Here comes Moralt behind the net. Feeds to Nikolov in the slot. Nice save by Ersbommer.
That's 3 saves for Ersbommer now in the third period, and we have no saves recorded so far for Monticelli. Jim Monticelli.
Oh, cleared out of the zone by Eveleth into their own box. 1:47 left in this power play for Hibbing. Morrell taking the face-off. Hibbing controls with Hansen. Hansen on the boards. Back to Nikolov. Nikolov passes tip to Schwartz. Schwartz with the puck on the boards. To Nikolov, working the center. Nikolov takes a shot, a high shot. Sends it over to net. Hansen in the corner. Leaves it for Morrell. Hansen behind the net. Morrell picks it up to Schwartz. Hibbing having trouble figuring out who's going to get that puck. Terrell picks it up, circles, sends it into the corner to Morrell. Morrell sends it in front, a high pass for Hansen, unable to knock it out of the air. Eveleth comes back. Oh, it snuck through the defense. Oh. Nice save by Jimmy Monticelli.
That surely was unexpected, Tom.
You're darn right, Dean. The defense left it slip through. Hansen in the corner, behind the net. Trying to set up a little power play here. Nikolov sends it into the corner. Hogan Morocco after the puck flies there. Hansen to Schwartz. Oh, Johnny tried to center. Knocked down by the defense. 34 seconds left in the power play. Nikolov gives it to Hagen. Hagen coming up. All by himself.
20 seconds left on that penalty.
As the Golden Bears clear the ice. Back to get it is Joel Gosted. Nice move. There it comes, a big rush up the ice. Gosted moving the puck nicely. Takes it into the corner. Sets it up to Kasner. Kasner to Mike Grillo. Both teams have full string now. Hagen in the corner. Whoa! Kristoff. And here comes Struckle down the left side. Joel Gosted picking him up. Struckle the shot from a bad angle. Monticelli with the save. Here comes Hagen up the left side. Grillo picks up the puck. He's got a shot. He moves nice in on him. Nice move by Grillo. Hooked out of play by Eveleth though. Grillo picks up the puck again behind the net. Sends it in front. Oh, and Johnny Hagen couldn't get a stick on it. Kasner sends it around the boards. Behind the net goes Hagen, taken out of the play by Thomas. Grillo picks up the puck. Grillo to Hagen behind the net. Back to Joel Gosted. Gosted's shot is blocked, left for Kristoff. Kristoff shot and a goal! Jerry Kristoff looked like he got that goal from the point after that shot by Joel Gosted was blocked. A nice low shot on the ice here by Kristoff, I think. I don't know if it was tipped or not, Dean. Let's get the official result now.
Yeah, we have to wait for this.
Scoring for Hibbing, number 12, Kristoff.
Jerry Kristoff getting that goal from Gosted. Oh, nice save by Monticelli. Hagen also getting assist on that goal. Waller's coming up the ice. Puck goes in the air. Devascovy picking up along the boards. Sending it into the corner. Devascovy going after Nikolov. Nikolov behind the net. Clearing it to center to Bryant. Bryant coming down. He's got Wallers breaking in. Pete takes in the corner. Girardi picks it up now. Devascovy checked out a play by Bryant. Devascovy also picks up the puck. Hansen with the puck, sends it in front. Girardi, oh, and he missed the net. He got free from that defenseman and got a quick shot off him, missed the net. Here comes Karpin up the side, taken out of the play. Nice by Hansen. Nice play by Tom Hansen. Into the corner, Devascovy picks up the puck. Kept in by Devascovy. Hansen with the puck, sends it around the board to Girardi. Girardi trying to clear. Karpin keeps it in, sends it across to Wallers. Wallers dumps it into the zone. Line change for Hibbing. Back to get it is Thomas. Hit by Bascuzzi. Sends up the boards, Matson. There comes a 2-on-1. with Gray Hecken. Oh, nice move.
Nice!
Oh, nice back checking by Tom Pascuzzi, or Pat Sabatnik, excuse me, to clear that puck in front of the net. They had a nice setup there. You betcha, by Grayhack and Struckle in front.
Boy, they work together very well, Tom.
Sends it up to Petrie. He slips, falls. Thomas picks up the puck. He has a puck in his skates. Petrie takes him out the play. Here comes Ritkala in the corner. Checked out a play by Gosted. Backhand shot wide, knocked by Gosted. Gosted bounced it off the boards. Too far for Petrie. Dumping it in is Eveleth. Joel Gosted picks it up. Trying to make a pass up the boards to Meralt. Meralt to Terrell. Terrell clears the zone. Stopped by Eveleth, coming in. Nice move on Joel Gosted there. Sends it in front. The back checking by Terrell. Break that up. Johnny Schwartz picks it up. To Steve Terrell. Cross ice pass to Pat Meralt. Unable to handle it. Meralt behind the net. Meralt and Schwartz in the corner. Back to Hansen. Hansen with a shot. Tries to shoot it for a tip by Petrell, but he wasn't stopped in front. Johnny Schwartz along the boards. Nikolov fires it in. Meralt in the corner. Picks it up. Checked out a play. Lewis picks it up, sends it out. Saved by Hansen. Hansen to the center. Stick check. Eveleth just seems to be too tired, Dean, unable to skate with his team.
I know there's only 3 minutes left in the period, Tom. I think they've gone beyond their point of return.
Here comes Nikolov. Feeds it up to Grillo. He has the hat trick already tonight. He tries to split the defense. Keeps control of the puck. Sends it in front to Meralt. Shot and goal! Nice play by Mike Grillo there to set up Pat Meralt in front of the net. That was a beautiful piece of work by Mike Grillo. 4 points on the evening, 3 goals and an assist.
Well, Hibbing is proved to be a very, very strong team this year.
Starting for Hibbing, number 14, Baroque. From number 9, Grillo. 14 from
9. 2:48 left in the game. 7-2. Hibbing pretty well has this one wrapped up. Puck gets sent into the crowd.
This program is being underwritten in part by Clause's Oldsmobile, Merchants of Miners State Bank, Sullivan Candy Company, Fraboni Sausage Company, Hyde Supply, B&R Engineering, and Hardee's in Hibbing.
Off the face-off, Kasner gets it over to Hansen. Back. Grillo sends it to Kasner. Kasner 3-on-2, sends it to Hagen. Hagen tries to feed Kasner in front, unable to. Hagen picks up. Kasner still in front. Loses to McNulty. To Kasner. Kasner to Nikolov. Here comes Eveleth again. There goes Kaz. Loses control. Nikolov picks it up. To Hansen. To Grillo. Eveleth picks it up, sends it back into the zone. 2 minutes left in this third period. Kasner sends it up to Grillo. Cross to Hagen. Hagen into the corner. Checked out a play by McNulty. Thomas with the puck. Sends it up to Struckle. Loses control to Hansen. Hansen controlling the puck nicely. Sends it to Nikolov. To Grillo. Grillo tries to feed Kasner. Taken up by Eveleth. Over to Struckle. Hip check there by Nikolov. Cleared the zone. Minute 30 left here in the game. Thomas sends it up to Ruppel. Ruppel sends it across. Too far for his teammate. Here comes Richie Bryan up the ice. 3-on-2. He has Wallers. Shot tipped by Erzbomber and sent out to center.
1 minute remaining in the game, folks.
Paul Girardi with a wrist shot. Erzbomber with the save. Decides to cover up. 54 seconds left. crowd feeling Hibbing has this one pretty well in the bag, starting to disperse.
Yes, Tom. Hibbing's next home game will be this Saturday night with the Aurora Hoyt Lakes Blackhawks.
Girardi with a shot,
Ooh.
sent wide. 47 seconds left. Over to Joe Gosted. Gosted shot. Oh, almost tipped
just
in by
wide.
Bryant and Wallers there. Hibbing applying a lot of pressure here at the end of the game. Here comes Eveleth up for maybe one last rush. Into the zone, broken up by Hibbing. Here comes Joe Gosted. The Wallers unable to handle it. Eveleth just a tired team here tonight. Here comes Pete Wallers with 19 seconds. 3-on-2. Gives it.
Oh.
Gives it to Girardi. But
You
it was
would have had a
offside.
nice chance to get another point there, Tom.
I'd like to tell you we'll be doing about 5 more high school hockey games and about 7 more, excuse me, and 6 Hibbing Community College hockey games, I believe.
Yes.
Because Cardinals were national champions last year.
Yes, they were, Tom, and I heard you were there.
Yeah, boy, I had a good time. We got 15 seconds left in this game. Eveleth making the last rush, taking a shot. Off the backboard. Oh, off the side of the net. And that's the game. Hibbing taking this game 7-2.
Well, Tom, I'd like to say in wrap-up here that Mike Grillo was the high-scoring player today with 3 goals and 1 assist. And Tommy Hansen had 3 assists, and the Gostad brothers both had 3 assists. So it was a very valuable game for everybody.
It took a little while for both teams to get going, but after once the second period started, the goals started flying, and
Both teams broke loose there,
both
Tom,
teams
for a
broke
while.
loose. Hibbing just seemed to be too powerful for this Eveleth team. Although goalie John Ersbaumer showed that he could stand up to a lot of shots for Eveleth. Jimmy Monticelli doing a fine job in the net for the Jackets, along with the whole Jacket team. I'm sure Bill Olson and Bill Teacher are both very pleased with the outcome of this game and their performance by their whole team.
Yes. And the Blue Jackets will once again be playing this Saturday night when they host Aurora Hoyt Lakes Blackhawks.
If you guys want, you can all come out and watch the Cardinals on Friday night here at home.
Just an awesome team.
Yep.
Defending national champions.
I'd like to thank you for joining us here tonight. As I said before, the score was 7-2, Hibbing beating Eveleth. I'm Tom Fredrickson. For Gina Gattani, I would like to thank you and good night.